Okay, so it is time to finally see the outbuilding take shape. That's up next. Hello everyone, this is Dwayne with Edge of Nowhere Farm, and we're coming to you here today. It is May 13th, 2020. So what Lori and I have been waiting for, it seems like forever, is finally gonna get up today. Hopefully it's gonna be up today. And that is our outbuilding. So I'm gonna go ahead and link the last video we did in this quick series we're doing, and that's where we had our foundation installed. So we had all the cement work completed, and they came by last night to prep. You'll see that in the background behind me here. They came by last night to prep to get the building installed today. So our goal, obviously, is to try to document as much of this as we can for ourselves. And I know I've had some questions from you guys out there that are thinking about doing this process as well. Try to get as much information for you also. But from what we're told, it takes a few hours today to basically get this whole thing built. Hard to imagine, but we're going to try to do the best we can with the equipment that we have to try to show you guys as much of this construction as we can today. So without further ado, let's see when they get here and when we get started. All right, hopefully you can see behind me. They're starting, actually working on the very first post, strut, whatever those are called. And yeah, they got a bunch of guys here, so I'm going to go ahead and start recording. We can watch this happen. Okay, here we are. It's very early in the morning on Thursday, May 14th, and you can see they got a good portion of the outbuilding done yesterday. We got a lot of good footage that we're working on compressing, so hopefully we get that looking really good, but we also want to make sure we get today as well. So we're going to do our best, make sure we capture as much of the rest of the construction. It sounds like they should have everything except for the overhead doors done, so fingers crossed. Let's see how they do. Okay, and so like that, the building is done. So you can see it's pretty big. I think it's a little bigger than we realized as far as size. Inside is a good amount of space. Obviously, I'm hoping that all of the videos that we shot, I'm going to be able to compress into a really good time lapse. At this point, I'll know, but well, I'm still working on that. I'm hoping you guys are going to be able to see the entire process of getting this thing built. Either way, I know there's a couple more things. Obviously, you can tell for sure right up front, we still have the overhead doors that need to come in. That's actually a separate crew that comes in and installs the two overhead doors. We have this one here, which is on the north side of the building, and we have another one that's a little bit narrower, which is over on the east side of the building. So let's go take a look at that. So here's another angle of the east side of the building. So now we will have this fenced. I'm going to obviously keep as much of the area or the land behind the building as we can, but we are going to connect basically the fencing from the corner of that building over to this side of the property. We're not far away here, so that's where we'll pull the tractor in and out. So it's nice and tall. The tractor should be able to get in there just fine, and obviously equipment. So we'll be able to keep equipment and implements back there, and plenty of parking up here for any visitors that we might have. You will see behind me we have insulation that's installed. It's a very thin layer of insulation, but it will help to maintain temperature. Obviously, it's really hot in there still during the summertime, but it will help with condensation and some of these other things. So this is the the back side of the building. The farm is right over here as far as the orchards and that kind of thing, the working part of the farm. So you can see we got a man door here. We do have one also on the west side, right next to the house, leading over towards the house. You can see we have these different color panels up here on the back. Now what those are actually fiberglass panels so that it lets some natural light in. Now we're on the south side of this building, so all winter and of course during the summertime, it's going to let natural light go into the building itself. We will have electricity to the building, working on that, but for now, the only light we're going to have inside the building is actually going to come from those 4 panels unless those overhead doors are open. So we thought that was kind of a neat way to do it. The biggest thing there is we wanted to make sure when the building was actually sealed and secured that nobody could see inside. We don't want everybody looking at whatever equipment that we might have sitting inside the building itself. So we want to make sure that that wasn't visible, but at the same time we wanted to have some natural light penetrating the inside of the building so that we could actually see without having to turn the lights on every time. One more thing I wanted to point out, so we're at the other man door here, so we've got a 15-foot space between the outbuilding and our home. We have a man building here because Laura will be pulling the truck in there and walking out here to go in through the garage to get home when she gets home. So one other thing I wanted to point out, one of the things we really like about this builder, we've been very pleased with them. It took us a long time in order for them to get here to get it built, but you know, some little things that I really like about this builder, they really do go above and beyond. We talked a little bit about Lori's driveway. So they actually did this driveway here, which leads into the main overhead door. So they did that without us asking. The second thing is they actually did some pavers right here at the man door. And again, same thing, we didn't ask them to do that, but they did want to go ahead and finish that for us. And then obviously we can just do a walk across here. So a couple little things really make the difference, at least they do for me, because that just shows, in my opinion, that they really care about their client. So just want to thank you for joining us today. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. Questions or comments, leave those in the comment section down below. Instagram and Facebook, we post content there you won't see here on the YouTube channel. And our Amazon shop, I'll leave a link down in the description. That's a free, painless way to help support the channel. If you start with that link, it doesn't matter what you buy, you help us support us here. So just want to thank you for joining us today and remind you, if we can farm on the edge of nowhere, so can you.